Nicole Goki. I have been in the business for about 6 years, just over 6 years. I'm the leader of Be Fearless. I'm also in They Might Be Naked Dynasty, whatever you want to call it. Also D's Divas, senior director, President's Club member. But what we're going to be going over today is a bunch of things talking about bonuses, making sure that you guys are maxing out on the bonuses that you're eligible for. If you're not eligible for bonuses yet, we're going to help you get there. So let me screen share really quick. And then we're gonna make this up there and then present. Okay. All right, so no bonus left behind. So what we're gonna be going over today is we're gonna be breaking down the 2021 compensation plan. So how to get bonuses, all those things, because you guys have probably seen those charts and it's like, what is this even telling me? What do I have to do? That's all I need to know. And then we're gonna create like a brief action plan of things to accomplish to be able to get to those goals of the goal that you wanna be, the level that you wanna be at. You will also be given all sorts of wording and scripts to be able to use with your leads. And this means like leads that you don't have yet, or gaining new leads, or cold leads, or warm leads, or all the leads. So I have a bunch of different wordings that you'll be able to screenshot and be able to use. And then I'm just going to do a very, very basic rundown on our reports. So if you guys need more report stuff, reach out to me privately or reach out to your team leader. And then they can go into this. This is going to be very, very basic for girls that just need to do the bare minimum on the reports, because we could do like a full hour on just reports. Okay, so in the chat, I want you guys to drop down what you would do with an extra $100 or $200 a month. So in the chat, I want to see them. Drop that into the chat. If you guys are new to Zoom and you've never used Zoom before, the chat is usually on the bottom if you're on a mobile or I think it's on the bottom if you're on the mobile device. I don't know. They change it on me all the time. All right, so we got Emma says save and pay off cards and bills, go on vacation, pay off debt. I see a lot of saving and credit cards and debt. Pay for extra activities, go with a hubby, buy more Pure Romance products. Yes, Tiffany. Half for Disney, half for boobs. Hockey for my younger son, spa day, save up for a down payment to buy a house. I love it. Bills extras towards our family vacation. Is there any other ones? SUV for winter. Oh my gosh, yes. That's like a must have, especially if you live somewhere where it's like the snow and everything. You need the 4-wheel drive. Pay off my debt and buy a house. Okay, so we're gonna kick this up a notch. What would you do with an extra $500 a month? And this could even go up to $500 or $1,000 a month. You want a camper? Like, would it be the same or would you do something different? What would you do with an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? A month, you guys. Buy another BMW. Not live paycheck to paycheck. That's a good one. New car, save it. I really want a kayak. Ooh, I like that. You could bring it up to us in Michigan. Save for down payment for a new house. Put it aside for mobile boutique. Yes, Lex. Son's college starting off this fall. Split between 2 credit cards and vacation. Now I'm paying off debt. Save. Honeymoon. Oh my God, I love these. Anything I want. Seriously. Get a puppy. Okay, so our compensation plan, when someone first signs up, you start off as a consultant. So it says 30% buying discount, but that depends on what kit you get. So it would start at 30, 40, 45, and that's the starting commission or buying discount that you would get. So your first promotion, you guys, so if you are on here and you are doing close to $1,000 in sales a month, or you're just over, or you're always over $1,000 a month and you don't have a team member, with your first promotion, you guys, one team member, like if you do $1,000 in that month, you get $100 bonus. So that debt that you want to pay off, that credit card that you want to be able to pay off, savings, you could literally have an extra $100 a month as an advanced consultant. That's your first promotion. And then it gets better and better and better. The bonuses just keep rolling in. So advanced consultant, oh, and if you weren't already at a 40% buying discount or commission rate, it would bump you up to the 40% if you were at the 30 already. If you like didn't do the IAP or not, to bump it up to the 40%. So again, advanced consultant, one team member. That's literally one active team member in your first downline. And then personal retail sales, $1,000. And then you get, they call it a team builder bonus, which is $100. Okay. So senior consultant, they bump it up a little bit. So team members, you have to have 3 active team members in your first downline. Personal retail sales, $1,500. So if you're already doing $1,500, why don't you shoot for senior consultant, right? So $1,500. And then if you're not muted, can you please mute yourself? So $1,500 and then $2,500 for group retail sales. So when I explain this to my girls, this $1,500 is actually included in the $2,500. So literally it's like your team doing $1,000, like the girls underneath you, or you just pulling out a $2,500 a month as a senior consultant. And then your team builder bonus is $200 a month. Okay. If you guys have questions about any of this, feel free to drop it in the chat. I can see the chat where I'm at. So $100 to $200. So that's where you guys were saying like saving, paying off credit cards, paying off debt, and all those different things. Then it gets bumped up to the bigger and bigger things. So from senior consultant, you can get promoted up to associate director. So this is 6 girls in your first downline. Or go back one step. So senior consultant also bumps you up to 45%. So 45% buying discount. When do you get your bonuses? Is it once a month? So we get paid out on our bonuses the 10th of every month from the previous month. So like your bonus that you're going to get for this month, you get paid out the 10th of the month following. So the 10th of May. If it does fall on a weekend or a holiday, sometimes we get them early, which is really awesome. But usually right around the 10th of the month. So associate director, you keep that 45% buying discount. And then if you have 6 team members, so you add 3 more. So 6 active team members in your first downline. If you do $2,000 in that single month, and then your team in total, remember this is included, so it's like your team doing like 3,000. Group retail sales, 5,000. Then you get a team builder bonus. So that is an extra $300 on top of all your party profits. Then they go a step further. So there's a team builder bonus, and then there's a lifestyle bonus. So in that same month, if you hit those requirements, you get the $300, but you're also eligible for an extra $300 if you have a new team member that activates their business that month. That's what the lifestyle bonus means. So if you hit the 2,000, 5,000, you're guaranteed the 300. If you do both of those, you get the 300, but then if you also in that month have someone that activates their business, then you get an extra $300. So this is a total of possible $600 of a bonus. And we're going to get into retail sales bonuses and all the other things too, but this is like starting bonuses. So director, this is like where everybody wants to get to. So director is team members. You have to have 8 active team members. If you are at a 45% buying discount, it will bump you up to the 50%, which also means that on the days where it's like buy at 50%, you're actually buying at the 55%. And then, so 8 team members, if you do 2,500 and your team does 10,000, then you get an extra $500 bonus from corporate, okay? And then the same concept, if you do those, you get the $500, but if you also have someone that activates their business, you get an extra $500 from corporate. So $1,000, okay? So it's just like mind-blowing. Like if you have been in the business for a while, please drop in the chat what your first bonus check was, because these bonuses compared to what they used to be are insane, okay? Do you qualify if you have 1 new team member and over $1,000 in sales that you as a consultant buy for your stock? So the sales doesn't, it's whatever is through like the COO. So it's web orders. It could be your personal stuff and everything like that, but your team member does have to be active. So they have to have at least bought the premium kit or did $100 to $200 in sales before they activate their business. My first was just free product. I tried to look my first one up and I think that it was at $198, but that's like the first one I can find in the COO, but I do think that it was way cheaper, like way lower than that. I know Demarise Welch's was $7 and she bought a pack of cigarettes. She doesn't smoke anymore, but she bought a pack of cigarettes. Okay, so this is like kind of like a different look out at the entire comp plan that I just went over, just in a different way to look at it. So consultant, again, the 30%. Advanced consultant is 1 team member. bumps you to 40% if you're not already there. So if you do that $1,000, then you, in the single month, so these are monthly bonuses, you do $1,000, you get an extra $100 bonus from corporate. Senior consultant is 3 active team members in your first downline. It bumps you up to 45%. So this is, it's freaking crazy. It's like almost 50%, guys. So 45%, it makes a huge difference when you go into ordering too. So then if you do 1,500 and your team does 2,500, then you get a $200 bonus from corporate. Associate director is 6 girls in your first downline, 45%, so it keeps the same percentage. But if you do 2,000, team does 5,000, then you get a $300 bonus from corporate. And remember, associate director, if you have someone that activates their business that month, bing, 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 you get an extra $300. So $600 here. Director is 8 girls, bumps you up to 50%, and 50% is actually the top base percentage that you can have. Of course, we always have like 60% off days or additional 15%, but if you were to just buy off of your buying discount, 50% is the highest percentage in the company. So 50%, you do 2,500, team does 10,000, you get $500 bonus from corporate, and then if you have that activation in that month, you get an extra $500, so up to $1,000. Guys, what were you guys talking about with $1,000? Wanting to buy a house, buy a car, pay off tuition, go on vacation, like so many different things. So this is when it really gets fun. So this, you're probably looking at it and you're like, holy shit, Nicole, like this is crazy and I don't know what the hell is going on. So we're gonna break it down just this, looking at just one line, because then it'll really start to make sense. I'm gonna try and move this up a little bit, it won't move up, so we're just gonna move it all the way down. So we're gonna just look at advanced director, because if we were to look at all of them, it's gonna be the same concept, but I'm gonna kind of break it down for you. So when we were talking, I'm gonna go back. So when we were talking about like the leadership levels, they had what is called a team builder bonus and a lifestyle bonus. Now, if we go to advanced, like the advanced compensation plan, you don't necessarily see the team builder bonus anywhere over here, but you do see a lifestyle bonus. Reason being is because once you get into advanced leadership, you're not paid just that flat rate. So you're not paid just that $100 a month, that $500 a month. You are paid based on how your team's doing. So that's why these percentages are here. So I'm going to break this down for you guys. So advanced director is the next one after director. So this is 12 girls in your first downline, active girls in your first downline. One of those 12 has to be a senior consultant. So this is how you get into like that advanced leadership, is you have leaders that are building up on your own team. Again, the 50%. So in that month, if you do $3,000 and then your team does, your first downline, my bad, first downline does $6,000, your team in total does 20,000, then you don't get that guaranteed like blank bonus, because now it's percentages, so it could even become higher. So 40% and 4% at 40%, 4% and 3%. It seems really, really small, but I promise you it's crazy. Like, I'm going to be bringing up my screen and you'll be able to see how the numbers kind of work out. And they did change this. This is now $600. I don't know why in the comp plan, or no, it is 500. I bad. They moved it from 400 to 500. I knew they had moved it, but it is 500 now. My bad. So advanced director, 12 girls in your first downline. One of them needs to be senior consultant or higher. 50% commission. You do 3,000. Team does first downline does 6,000. Your team does 20,000. Then your first downline, you get paid out 4% of their sales. Second downline, you get 3% of their sales. So then we get to that lifestyle bonus. So remember with director, it was if you had those minimums and then you also activated a team member, you got that lifestyle bonus. Same concept here, except for they bumped it up to 2 active team members. So 2 girls need to activate their business to get that extra bonus. Does anybody have questions about that? I am going to bring up the entire thing again, but while I have it kind of simplified and everything's kind of covered, does anybody have questions about that? I'm going to take a drink.
This might not be related, but to the questions, but I had one girl sign up under me, and she bought the social seller
Yep.
kit, but I can't get her to activate her business.
Like,
Like she just bought the social seller kit and then did absolutely nothing.
so have you, like, I guess
I've reached out to her like several times and, asked her, if she had any questions about the business or anything, and I have gotten no response.
Some girls are just not going to do anything even after they pay $40, which we don't fully understand. So as long as you've done what you can do, I would just kind of move on, but that's just me. If anybody else has any other advice of what they would do, comment it in the chat. Because every situation is really, really different, and I can't I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I know for like me personally, I've had girls that have bought the social seller and then they just like fall off the face of the earth, but then they come back because then they're more mentally prepared of what to do and things like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would reach out to your upline and see what they say and then kind of go from there too, because they might have had a different conversation with her already.
Okay.
And then Caitlin, do they have to be your activations or just on your team? So the activations have to be in your first downline. So they have to be your personal activations. I don't see any other questions. So then senior director is the next level. We're not going to go through each one of these individually, just these first two. So senior director is 18 girls in your first downline. And then you have to have 2 senior consultants in your first downline. So out of these 18, 2 of them have to be senior consultants or above. 50% commission. If you do 3,500, first downline does 8,000, and then your full team does 40,000. Then you get the 4.5% of your first downline sales in a check back, and then 4% of your second downline. And then again, hit those minimums, and then you get 2 activations. You get an extra $600, but you also get an extra bonus. So at senior director, you also get paid out 1% of your third downline and 1% of your fourth downline. So I'm going to show you guys the entire chart again. Again, all of these are 2 activations, so it's not like at senior executive level, all of a sudden you have to have like 5 activations a month. It goes down, it's only 2. But you'll see that everything else kind of goes upwards, but also the percentages are going upwards as well. And then at executive director and senior executive director, you also get paid out at your 5th downline. Okay, so we also have advancement and retail sales bonuses that we're going to dive into. So we kind of already talked about like team builders, overrides. So that percentage, if you ever hear anybody refer to as an override, this is what they're talking about. So there's not any sort of word, it's literally just override. So the override is when they're getting the percentage of the sales back in a check form. So advancement and retail sales bonuses. So if you hit senior consultant and then you hold this for right, Nicole, I agree. They'll come back. They always come back. Senior consultant advancement bonus. So if you hit senior consultant, you hold it for 90 days, you get an extra $500, and then your sponsor, whoever signs you, also gets $500. But this is also a little flippy flip too, because if you have someone that signs up under you, they hit senior consultant, they hold it for 90 days, they get $500 and you get $500 because you signed them and you're their sponsor. So I will tell you guys, so the 90 days starts the month after you promoted. So if you promoted May 2nd to senior consultant, that 3-month period won't start until June. So if you promoted in May, it would be June, July, August, and you would get paid out in September. And then director is the same concept, but you, instead of the $500, you get paid out $750. So if you were to get all of the bonuses possible as director after those 3 months, you would be getting $1,750 because you'd be getting your extra $1,000 plus the $750. And then this one would be $700 because you're getting your $200 bonus for hitting your senior consultant minimums, and then the plus the $500. And I will tell you guys, with these bonuses in particular, and the ones that I'm going to show you on the next slide, in order to be eligible for these, through those 3 months that you're holding this position, you do have to have either be hitting your level minimums or the level below you. So as a senior consultant, to be able to hold this, you'd have to be at least hitting the advanced consultant level minimum, which is $1,000 every month. But then director is associate director, which is, I want to say it's 2,500 or it's 5,000. So 2,000 personal and 5,000 team to be eligible for the director advancement bonus. Does that make sense? If you guys have questions about any of this, feel free to drop it in the chat. I know some of this is like super, like everybody, like some of the girls on here already know all of this. They've already hit them or they already know all about them. But we do have a lot of new consultants on here that I want to make sure that all their questions are answered and they understand how to get these bonuses. Alex, can you please turn that down? Advanced director, this is a lot of advanced director advancement bonus. Dang, that's a tongue twister. So with this, if you hold this for that same 90 days that you would with any of the others, just make sure that you're hitting at least director minimums, you get $1,000 bonus after those 90 days. And they kick it up a notch. If you hold it for an entire year, you get an extra $1,000 bonus. And if you hold it for those 90 days, you also get added into a Catalyst program, which is like small group coaching and brainstorming. This is crazy, you guys. So crazy. And then senior director, you can get $1,500 after you hold it for the 90 days. You do have to be hitting the advanced director minimum. And then if you hold it for a full year, you also get $1,500. So I think there's other things on here, but this is all that I saw. So do I, Nicole. Making money. I'm so excited. Does anybody have any questions about these? Yeah, buddy. So then we get into, oh, I just punched myself. So now we get into retail sales bonuses. So these have nothing to do with building a team. These have all to do with sales. So these are all monthly as well. So in a month, you do $5,000 and you're director and below, you get 5% back in free product. Percentage, meaning if you do $6,000, you still get that 5% back. It will be 5% back until you hit 7,500 because then you start getting cash. So 5,000, so it'll start at 250, but it'll work up depending on what your sales are because they take the percentage. And then 7,500 is 5% cash bonus. So it starts at 375, but again, it'll be that 5% cash bonus. So if you had 9,999, you'd be getting the 5% bonus. We'd all ask you why you didn't place an order to just get $1 to get the 7%. So 375 for that one starting. And then 10,000 is 7%, so it's $700. And then 20,000 is 10%. So it's really 20,000 and up because it says this means that you'll keep earning a 10% cash bonus when you go beyond 20,000 in personal retail sales. So starting $2,000. So I'm gonna do some math for you guys really quick. If you guys were watched World Conference, please drop that into the chat. Okay, so you guys. So this is crazy. So you guys all saw Bethany Yacht's numbers for last year. I just did the math of what she got in her highest month, which was a $250,000 month. She got a cash back of $25,000. Who wants that, right? I do. $25,000. So crazy. I mean, she also did almost $1 million herself in sales, so she deserves a little bonus or a big bonus. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you guys do is grab a pen and paper. So I want you guys to write down what level you want to be, like by the end of June or by the end of May for next month. And then by the end of the year, like make a year-end goal of like, I want to achieve this level. So let me go back to the level so you guys can see them. And then I can go to the next page for girls that want to set a level for themselves for the higher leadership. So do you want to be senior consultant? Do you want to be director? Markeisha, Barb, Or do you want to be advanced director and you want to start making some overrides that can be huge? So I want you guys to write down what level you want to be at the end of May and at the end of the year. And I want you to also write down what those minimums are. So if you're not already hitting those minimums, we're going to try and come up with some sort of a game plan to help you hit those minimums. So senior consultant is 1,500, 2,500. Associate director is 2,000 and 5,000. Director is 2,500 and 10,000. Advanced director, 3,000, 6,000 first downline, 20,000 team. Senior director, 3,500, 8,000 first downline, 40,000 team. And it just goes on and on and on. Senior director, hells yeah. By the end of when, Lex? Drop in the chat what you guys want to be by the end of May. Woo! Senior director. All these senior directors. Look at that bonus. Hells yeah. Advanced director. Associate director. Yes. Senior director again. Okay, so we are gonna go here. So in order to get these goals, there's different things that you're gonna have to kind of set into place. Your end of May advanced, June senior, and year-end director. Hells yeah, Caitlin. So you're gonna break this down. So what are you doing now in sales? What level do you want to be at? What are the level, like what is the goal? Because your goal is to be able to do more in sales than the level you want to be at. So if you right now you're already doing $1,000 in sales, kick it up to trying to do a 1,500. So that way when you're hitting senior consultant, you don't have to worry about those levels because you literally already are hitting them. So whatever level you're aiming for, aim for the sales already above there so that when you hit that level, you don't have to worry about it. So doing in-person events, if you're feeling comfortable and you're able to get people that want to have the in-person events, keep director, I just got it. Hells yeah. Virtual events, so doing virtual parties or virtual events in your VIP group, weekly VIP group, different lives, so going live in your VIP group about products, about like doing a demo in there, doing an ask me anything to kind of get your eyes, because not only are you going to be trying to get the sales, you need the girls to be able to get there, and then if you want the lifestyle bonus, then you also have to be activating these girls to get them in. So just some ways, other ways to get sales, birthday messages, mystery bags. So I highlighted $20 sale because someone blew my mind the other one of the trainings, and they said, so if we ever have, I don't know what their plan is, but I think on the training website right now on the May calendar, it has us having 3 kit sales next month. So all these levels that you guys are dropping is completely doable. We just have to get more girls in your funnel to be able to want to join. So this $20 sale, if we have a $19.99 or $19 kit, whatever it was, a $20 kit, you can literally go live and do a $20 make you holler where you put anything that's $25 or between $25 and $20 on sale for $20 and then include the damn kit. So pull up like, I don't know, make a sheet of paper and says like sisterhood, like, or like, I don't know, whatever, membership, whatever you want to call it, but have the kit be one of those items that are in there. And then Media Center. So if you have Media Center, if you guys don't know what Media Center is, I love Media Center. It is something that you have like professionally done images and emails that you can send out. So taking advantage of that, I know I use Media Center for kit sales sometimes or big events that I'm doing, but I use it for birthdays on a regular basis. And then think outside of Facebook. So some of the girls on my team have dived into TikTok where they're already like gaining followers and making sales and connections that way. But thinking outside of Facebook, everybody's starting to get, people are starting to get outside more. Like whenever you're outside, have like a goodie bag. Or I was talking with some girls earlier, like if you have like any, like they were talking about making a keychain of their QRC code that people can just scan and then it brings them to their VIP group. Like be creative, think outside the box. And then so what are you doing now in sales? What do you need to do in sales for that level that you want to be? And what level do you want to be? And then what will you add to your schedule to accomplish this? So it's not obviously limited to these on the list, but it obviously could be so much more than what's on this list. So drop down in the chat some different ideas that you guys have, because something that you're thinking of, someone else might be not thinking of that. So drop any other ideas that you guys have, different events that you guys do, bridal shows, if you're in an area that is allowing bridal shows or vendor shows, grab up those, because that's going to bring a lot more people into your funnel too. Pay your age bags. So that's like kind of like grab bags or mystery bags. Pay your zip code. So that's when you have everybody comment their zip code and then they add all the numbers amount, and that's your discount. I just saw Caitlin added that. Win It Wednesday. I feel like Lex needs to explain Win It Wednesdays. Finally got a sale on that today. Whoop whoop. Trivia, that's so good. I love trivia. And what is it? Sunday is International Harry Potter Day. And if you guys are in Rockstar Resources, which you should be, Kathy K actually put dirty Harry Potter theme trivia in there. Scent of the month, oh yeah. Birthday boxes, another lingerie live. Spin the wheel, everyone wins, hells yeah. Doing like a shop my stock, if you carry inventory, it kind of goes off with like the spin your wheel, but any items that they claim during your live, you have a wheel or you have a basket of different discounts, and then you open it up and it could be 10, 20, or 15, 5, whatever % off you want to give them off of that single item, not their entire order, but the items that they claim live. Women to Watch Wednesdays, where I shout out my clients for their achievements, and I'm doing Wind Down Wednesdays, where people can just jump on Zoom and talk and vent. Like it, love it, gotta have it, and make a wish list from it. Open house, prize wall, eggs, balloon pop. Yes, I love it. Such good stuff. So make sure that you guys are jotting down all these ideas, because obviously the chat won't be saved after this. So make sure you guys are jotting down any of these ideas that kind of catch your eye and you're like, ooh, or look to see who posted it. And if you have a question about it, send them a message about what they're talking about. So this is what you guys have really been waiting for. So what do I do? What do I say with all of these leads that we're going to be getting from doing all of these different activities, right? So if you haven't spoken to them a while, you could voice message them this, or you could handwrite this one. Hey, insert name, because you always want to do their name. It's the most sweetest sound of their, like, that they could ever hear. So hey, name, I'm not sure if you've ever thought about doing this, but since you love the products, I wanted to make sure you knew that this was happening. Pure Romance is offering a membership discount of 30 to 60% for just cost right now. Have you ever thought about shopping with your own discount? So this would be more of if you wanted to try and gather some savvy shoppers, not necessarily anybody who's going to sell, but in actuality, drop in the chat if you came in as a social or a savvy shopper, and then all of a sudden now you're like, I want to be director by the end of the year. So definitely don't count them out. Caitlin, me. Did everybody grab a screenshot? That's me. So you all, like, if you can do voice message, for sure do voice message, because they're also going to hear the excitement in your voice. If you haven't spoken to them in a while, but there's a warm lead. So these were cold leads, or they're not even really leads at all. And then warm leads are like ones that like you've talked to, they're like kind of interested every time, but they never make that leap. So saying like, hey, I know we've talked about you joining the team before, but it wasn't time for you just yet. I wanted to reach out to see if you're still interested, and then wait. And then if they say that they're still interested, awesome, what questions do you have? Or instead of saying what questions that you have, ask them and say, what interests you about joining the business, if you guys haven't already talked about that, because that's like one way to kind of talk about their why. So then when you're finding out their questions or their hesitations, then you're able to then put their why over top of it. So you're able to then like do a stack of like canceling out their like their all their excuses with their why. So that is for warm leads. Make sure you guys grab a screenshot. So this is another one. So this is when we have a $20 sale, or you could even do the $39 kit and sit and just add 2 bottles of Coochie instead of 1. So example, when we have a $20 or a $39, just add 2. Post a picture of you with a bottle or 2 bottles of Coochie with this caption. Would you do what I do for less than the cost of a bottle of Coochie? Or real talk, would you like to do what I do, less than a bottle of Coochie or a bottle of our conditioning shave cream? Because then everybody that send like that comments on there, you're gonna send them this message and it's gonna say, ooh girl, or ooh Susie. I would be kicking myself if I didn't let you know that we are having a sweet deal going on to become part of this sisterhood. Here are 4 options. Please let me know what level you're at. Number 1, count me in for the $20 or $39, whatever kit we have going. Number 2 is not ready just yet, but soon. 3 is please take me off of your list, because definitely if they're not interested, you don't want to be wasting your time spending messaging them anyways. So no hard feelings. And then 4 is please send me a picture of all the business opportunity options. So this might mean that they're interested, but they want to get a product kit and they have that little bit of extra spending money. Please do not think that you are hurting my feelings, because this business opportunity is for you. So just some tips in general when you're looking at any sort of a script that people are giving you or ideas of wordings. Number 1, remove the quotes. Obviously, you're not copying this like on the screen, but if you are copying wording from someone else, always make sure that you remove the quotes. Change the name, obviously. Don't always use love or girl or things like that. Again, they love the sound of their own voice or their name. And then you could even do this one. I wouldn't do voice because that's going to be really hard for them to catch on to all of the numbers. But you could do part of it voice if you wanted to. Add emojis if that's your thing. So if you're one that you talk with emojis all the time, make these messages look like you're sending them and it's not like a copy paste. But also don't edit some of the words, because like these words are meant in this certain way because they work. So when they respond to your message, depending on the number that they choose when they message you back will depend on how you are going to continue that conversation. So if they choose number 1, which was count me in, you're going to reach out to your team trainer if you're already not a team trainer, and then follow or add them to your team page and welcome them, and then follow your team specific onboarding process. So that's when they're counting in because they're buying their kit, and then you're reaching out to the team trainer. Number 2 is, so that was not ready just yet, but soon. So if they choose number 2, then ask them what's holding them back. Okay. Or you could also start with like, well, what interests you about it? And then the same concept. And then depending on what their hesitations are, overcome them or let them know that you can reach back at a better time. So if their hesitation is like, well, I'm moving next week, probably better to like wait it out and not try and start something brand new when they're in the process of trying to move and pack. So number 3 is if they say, please take me off of your list. If you wanted to, you could try and see what's holding them back or what changed their mind, because if you're messaging them, they obviously were kind of interested because they commented on the post. And then you could also ask permission, like, do you mind like if I ask you or ask what changed your mind about it? Because it could be like a partner situation. It could be that they just got in their own head and you can try and overcome that. And then option number 4 is send them a photo of all the business opportunities, because this is when they're like, oh, I want the kit. Like, let me see all the kit options. So then you send them a photo that you can get from literally anywhere. They have a bunch of them. Rockstar Resources has one. And then ask which one appeals to them or which one piques their interest the most out of all of the different kit options. Did anybody need screenshots of that? We good? Okay, so now, so we've kind of talked about like a leads list. Now I'm going to kind of talk about a leads wish list. So these are girls that you wish were on your team. Like they've been at parties before and you're like, hell yeah, like I want this girl on my team. She would be so good. I would get along with her. I just want to be with her all the time. So this is a list. You guys can screenshot this one and then write out like 2 or 3 names that fit each one of these categories. And then what to do with this. So this is now your wish list. And then why is this? Because these are women haven't said that they wanted to be a consultant yet, but you would love to have them on your team, aka this is your dream team. In the next slides, I'm going to give you some example wording to send to these ladies, but again, these are going to be like you want to be using genuine compliments when you're doing this. So number 1, people or women that you personally would love to work with. Hi, Sarah. I started this new Pure Romance business and my upline asked me today who I would absolutely love to work with, and I thought of you. You were the first person to come to mind. I think it would be awesome to work with you because insert genuine compliment. Again, don't lie. And then what do you say? Have you ever thought about doing something like this? And all of them are very, very similar. You're just tweaking some of the wording dependent on what the category is. So category number 2 is someone who loves our company and our mission. Hi, Sarah. I started this new Pure Romance business and my upline asked me today who would love this company and our mission to educate, empower, and entertain. And you were the first person that came to mind. You are so passionate about helping others. And I think that you would be a perfect fit with this company. What do you say? Do you have you ever thought about doing something like this? But again, anything that you're complimenting them on, be genuine with it because they're going to read right through your bullshit if you're just trying to sign them to sign them. And then for 3 through 10, you're going to use similar things, but you're going to tweak that wording to fit the category of why you thought them and then also paying them an honest and genuine compliment. Can you go back to the slide that had all like, yep. And then just let me know when you're good. Good. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, so we are going to do a quick rundown. Oops, I meant to still screen share and just exit out of quick. Okay, so we are going to go to the COO, which most of you guys are probably familiar with. And then if you go to my reports and then view reports, it's going to bring up this huge screen of all of these things. Okay, it's like the team one goes down and down and down. So I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite reports that I feel like new consultants need to know, or like just starting out leaders need to know. So number 1 is the business details. So this is going to show you a lot of different things, which is why this is like probably the one. No problem, Ashlyn. This is probably the one that I look at all like daily, like nonstop. Once it loads, it's gonna load really slow because I'm screen sharing. So it's gonna show you your year-to-date sales. It's going to show you your year-to-date team group retail sales, also with your percentage of growth. And then if you're getting out overrides or any sort of bonus checks, it's gonna show there. So then if we scroll down, this is what, so it's going to show all this. So at the top, it breaks it down by month with your personal year-to-date retail, group retail, and then it's going to show you everything that you guys are doing monthly for your team, and then your percentage of growth from the previous year. And then this is where that override kind of can kick in. So then it also breaks it down by your first downline, second downline, third, fourth, and fifth. But again, when you're hitting advanced leadership, so you're hitting advanced director, senior director, you're getting those percentages off of your people, or off of the sales, not off the people, off of their sales. So like, for example, my first downline this month did 19,381. So I got the 4%, which is 775. And then it calculates it down here for you. and then it'll show your total of all year. It also will break down how many people are in your line. So 23 in first, 2 of them are senior consultants. And then my second line has 16, 11, and 2, and then I don't have anybody in my 5th line yet. It shows the total number of all active team members. So this does not include people that are inactive or not activated yet. And then this is your career retail sales. So career retail sales means since you started with the company, what are your sales? And then right here, so every payout level, so every level has a number. So level 5 is advanced director, level 6 is senior director, 4 is director, but then it just kind of like, it's based on where it's at on not the scale, but I'm trying to think of what it is on like the chart. That's where it is on the chart. So it'll also show your activations. So you want to make sure that if you are in the associate director, or advanced leadership, that you're hitting however many activations that you need, because then you get your lifestyle bonus. See, on this one, I didn't have any activations and I did not get my lifestyle bonus that month. I still got my team builder because I had gotten paid out at, what is this for? I had gotten paid out at director level because I did not hit the minimums for advanced director. So the lifestyle bonus I did not get because I didn't have any activations. Does that make sense? So then if we go back to all these, so this one is going to show commissions, override. So I don't really ever use this one, but we'll see what it looks like. I think this one will break down what you need. So month to date override tracking. So if you're like, what do I need? This is going to show you. So my retail is there for everything except for our group retail sales. We're like $552 away from 40,000, which is the minimum for senior director. So at the top, it shows what I'm currently being paid at, which is advanced director. The lowest that I'm able to achieve. So once you get to higher leadership, I can't get, like, if I only did $1,000 in sales, I couldn't get paid out at just the consultant level. So I think you can get paid out to 2 or 3 levels. So associate director, this is what that stands for. So that's the lowest level that I could possibly get paid out at my current level. And then, yeah. Okay. So one other one that I like to show is you can do team management detail. So you guys are going to see some of the girls. Is it 2 levels? Well, then how come I can hit associate director? That doesn't even make sense. I guess kind of. No, because that would mean that I would hit director. I thought it was 2 levels too, but then it said associate director on there. Maybe it hasn't loaded because I promoted this month. I don't know. But if you go to team management details, it's so slow when you screen share. It's so bad. Gonna X out of here. So it's gonna show you all of your team members, and then it'll also break it down by downline. Oops. So your second downline, third downline, fourth downline. And then if you needed to do like pull up specific things, it would all be in here. So if you wanted to pull up a previous month, you can do that. Bring up someone specific if they're their current level. So if you're like, I just want to look at anybody who isn't in any sort of leadership and has no team members, you can pull that, like pull consultant because they don't have any team members, and then apply it, and it will bring up, this should, just the girls that are in some sort of a leadership. Interesting. Yeah, I don't pay attention to any of those. I just know that I try to hit at least the level below so I can get my bonuses for advancement bonuses. And then status, you can look at who's active, awaiting new consultant wizard, which means that they haven't logged in yet. They haven't given their social security number, and then not activated yet means that they're new and they haven't activated their business yet. Inactive means that they were previously new, but then, or like they were previously a consultant, activated, and then went inactive and are no longer a consultant. Then never activated means that they bought a kit, and then they just did nothing with it. And then one other thing that I want to show you guys is team bonus tracking, okay? So there's two different ones that I'm going to show you guys in here. I promise you guys, we're almost done. It would go a lot faster if my computer would and Zoom would go with me. So team bonus tracking and level advancement bonus overview. So if I go here, I can track my level of where I'm at with my bonuses, if I'm eligible for if one of my team members hit something, and then I can get paid out on those $500 or $750 bonuses, where the girls are at on my team for their level advancement bonuses. And then I can view my payouts and my team payouts from advancement bonuses. So I'm going to show you the tracking of your personal one, because I think they're all pretty similar in how they track like this. Plus, right now, most of you, if like the ones that don't know what's going on, like with team stuff, this would be the one that you would want to look at, because these are the ones that you're first eligible for. Maybe. Okay, so I wasn't ever eligible for the senior consultant one because they started this after. So if I go to advanced director, maybe. It's not going to bring it up. I don't know why it's not bringing anything up. I know the year one comes up. I don't know why the advanced director one's not coming up. Is it because I already hit it? I guess I'll just do this one because it looks the same. It's just less months than this one. This one was coming up unless it's down for work. Lex, Tammy, do you know why the advanced director one wouldn't show up? Okay, so this is what it would look like if it would come up. It would just be 3 months instead of all of them. So it's showing that I consecutively hit it for 12 months. So that's why I'm getting paid out for this one next month. And then it'll like show how much you need if you need anything for group or personal, and it'll track it on here as well for you. So, and then it shows you have to hit director level in order to be eligible for this. So eligible month is May. So this would be when I would be paid out, and then I would be paid out this amount. And this is when I advanced last year. And then you can't obviously drop below at all in order to do the year one. And then I'm gonna go back to team bonus tracking again, and we're gonna go to the other side. So this is where you can look, if you do have a team, you can look to see their first commission check ever, and then you can also see who still needs to hit their numbers for the month. Okay, so for this, I always go to the 3 lines and I unclick the consultant level because they're not eligible for bonuses, and it makes it a lot easier on my eyes. Okay, so we're gonna click out. So you can see, so if you look at Taylor's, for instance, she's advanced consultant, but it's showing that she is consultant level payout. So she hasn't hit her advanced consultant level. And then you look at Jen, she's director, and she has her sales there and she's hit it. She's got her activation. So she's got her lifestyle bonus from the activation, her team builder from her hitting her minimums for director. And then she also has a retail sales bonus. So she hit over 7,500. So she has an extra 382. So this is the total there. And then at mine for senior director, I'm being paid out right now at advanced director because we haven't hit 40,000 yet. And then, so this would be my personal retail for the month. And then first downline group retail. And then my 2 activations to get my lifestyle bonus. I don't get a team builder because I get the override. And then this is adding up the override. And then this, I think, just says who has questions. So we're going to stop share. And then I'm going to stop